Here's the one thing about the Mets that I didn't see coming. Because I've been wondering what's wrong with the Mets this year. Because I love Pete Alonso, and he's the right guy. He's the right guy for that job, man. Love DeGrom, Syndergaard when he's healthy or not getting COVID like he did on his birthday to push off a rehab start yesterday. There's lots to like about the Mets. That stadium, everyone who's been in that stadium loves it. But I had no idea, was it the hitting? Was it the pitching? The lack of timely hitting? The lack of pitching that's wrong with the Mets? Nope. TJ Jefferson, I don't know if you were aware of it, but it was the fans not being better. It was the fans who have to do better. Didn't know about that one until yesterday when the Cub that they acquired on the trade deadline day, Javi Baez with his son, adorable son, dressed in a hat and eye black just like Daddy, sitting on his lap because Daddy homered for the Mets, which is a sight for sore eyes for Mets fans because Baez has been hitting .207 since being acquired on the trade deadline day, after which the Mets have been 9-20. 11 games under 500. This is what Baez had to say when asked about the thumbs down signal he has been flashing, along with teammates Francisco Lindor, Kevin Pillar. What's with the thumbs down symbol that you're performing? Because, as you know, and Major League Baseball players, when they get on base, they'll signal something to the dugout.
Yeah, it's a thing.
The Yankees have had it the last 2 years. Last year it was going like this, which was Brett Gardner using a bat that he bashed the roof of the dugout in the famed Savages in the Box moment for their manager last year, Aaron Boone. This year the Yankees are taking their arm and putting it in the air, bent at the elbow, and then bashing their elbow with their other hand. I don't know what that is, but they're doing it.
Shout out Larry Johnson.
Is that what they're doing?
No, I have no
idea. But the Mets have been doing lately thumbs down. And Javi Baez was asked about it yesterday.
What does the thumbs down celebration after a big hit mean?
It's the booze that we get. We're not machines. We're gonna struggle. We're gonna struggle 7 times out of 10. And it just feels bad when we strike out. When I strike out and I get booed, it doesn't really get to me. But I want to let them know that when we success, we're gonna do the same thing to know how to let them know how it feels. Because if we win together, then we gotta lose together. And the fans are really big part of it. So, in my case, they gotta be better. I play for the fans and I love the fans, but if they're gonna do that, they just putting more pressure on the team, and that's not what we want.
So, is that a thumbs down to fans then?
Yeah. To let them know that when we don't get success, we're gonna get booed. So they're gonna get booed when we success.
So if the fans are gonna boo, then when the Mets are successful, they're going to wind up booing the fans. If they're not there for the down times, when the Mets do something positively, they're going to show the fans, we're booing you even though you're cheering us. Because you boo us when we need you to be there when we're down and out. And I'll be honest with you, that's the way I always consider friends, the good true blue friends. Susie and I refer to our true blue friends in Los Angeles as the 405 friends. What does that mean? If you're broken down on the 405,
they'll come get you.
Correct.
Yeah.
The difference is that the fans are not your friends. They're your paying customers.
They're not your friends.
It's true.
All right. They're not your friends. They're your paying customers. And they root for the laundry. Javi, that's what one of your most famous fans will tell you. Seinfeld says they root for the laundry. They root for the name on the front and the city that your team represents, that you now represent. And if he is, Javi, I'm always here to help people out. As a native New Yorker, let me help you out on this. Everybody who's played for a New York franchise, everybody, name him or her. Yes, even the Liberty, right? Name him or her. They have been booed. Derek Jeter in 2004, with already 5 trophies in the case, had a dreadful hitting streak. He got booed. His response was, I would boo myself. That's a New York athlete. Or you could say Boston athlete, Philadelphia athlete. And another thing, too, is, you know, where Javi comes from professionally in Chicago, you know, where Cubs fans might boo, but might also be booing the guy who's not bringing them a beer fast enough for their second or third, and the lovable loser that they no longer were because Javi Baez and the rest of the team did so well to finally get them over the hump. The other team in town, and I'll just say this, even though I've spent only 1 year in Chicago, and I say this with all due respect to White Sox fans, the other team in Chicago is kind of the Mets in the equation, even though, you know, they had won more recently than the Cubs up until the Cubs finally got over the top. Cubs are like the Yankees in that town in terms of people who live and die and all of that stuff. So there's another team in New York who the fans who are booing the Mets because they have had enough over the years. And they are booing you in particular, Javi, because the Yankees on the trade deadline also got themselves a Chicago Cub. And all he has done, pretty much, is produce. And an RBI in 7 of his first 8 games. He homered right away. And the Mets fans in that town are hearing it from their friends. They're hearing it. They don't like it. They don't like it one bit. Because we Yankee fans are friggin' obnoxious. And we're up in their grill. Up in their grill. Loving it. And the Met fans are also seeing the Giants acquired a Cub. And that guy, Chris Bryant, is also pretty terrific. And this guy, you, come to the Mets and not only hit 207, but apparently hatch an idea in the clubhouse to bond and using a dislike of the fans to bond, enlisting, apparently, it seems, because he's also thumbs down, the guy who just signed a 10-year, $341 million contract on the hook with the Mets this year for $43 million. Those numbers are not typos. Francisco Lindor hitting .224 on the season is thumbs downing the Met fan? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Is there a mirror anywhere in the borough of Queens to not only show them why they're being booed, but also on occasion, based on like when DeGrom was healthy out on the mound, not getting any run support, just to see if they can fog up that mirror. So, does it suck to be booed? Yeah. You know what I hate? And I see it. I don't like it, but I pay no mind to it. TJ has a problem getting past it. I know my wife does sometimes when she sees it. I get booed by half my tweets. I see I suck, I'm bald, I'm fat. Sometimes I'm Jewish. No, seriously, sometimes you get all sorts of crazy stuff.
Fat?
Fat. Oh, yeah. Fat, bald, Jewish, that sort of stuff. I get everything. And it's terrible. And I accept that I suck, I'm bald, whatever. The Jewish stuff, I don't. In the same way that Marcus Stroman, new Met, apparently, as he has shown, he's getting racist stuff sent to him. That's beyond the pale. Yeah. You cannot pay for a ticket and be racist. That is not acceptable. But you as a fan showing up and booing your team, to me, is something I grew up with. You might disagree because I put out on my Instagram that this is the most toxic concept of team chemistry and the dumbest poop I've seen ever in sports. And the responses I got back, what's more of a toxic waste of energy than booing your own team? Maybe you're not supposed to boo your team. Maybe you're supposed to sit there and watch somebody while Anthony Rizzo's dialing it up in the Bronx and you're getting your brains beaten in and this guy's going thumbs down to you, you're supposed to sit and take it. And the difference that I'm also getting from people in response, and I'll say it here, is why am I defending Osaka and Simone Biles about their saying that the responses they're getting from fans and is mentally messing with them, that maybe Baez, I've gotten this, maybe Baez, this is his response to being mentally messed with booing. And the thing is that Biles and Osaka are not thumbs downing the fans. They're just saying, I don't want to talk to the media.
Yeah, big difference.
Which I also say the media is a representative of the fans, but I'm also saying to Baez and Lindor, and apparently Pilar said they're just having fun. And Stroman's like saying the media is just trying to stir stuff up.
Doesn't look like it.
But all I'm saying is that in New York City, you're going to get booed when you do not perform, certainly by a fan base that's dying for success, and also coming up with an idea that you're banding together, sitting there instead of figuring out together what can be done collectively to get the individuals better. I don't know what that is, but the toxic waste of energy to sit here and go, let's boo the fans. Hey, here's what we're going to do. Whenever we get a hit, because Francisco, you've been hearing it all year, right? Whenever I get a hit, because I've just been here for a cup of coffee for a month, whenever I get a hit, I'm going to go like this, and then you go like this, and then we'll all go like this, and then we're going to bond together. So let the fans know if they're booing us when we're bad, we're going to boo them when we're good. What a brilliant idea. Look out, Braves. The Giants are going to be quaking in their boots. Dodgers. The Dodgers are going to be just absolutely, oh my gosh. They're banding together because they don't like some of the fans who boo them. What a toxic waste of energy. And it's such a dumb idea. The worst team that money could buy, Mets, thinks that's dumb. To Sandy Alderson, the team president's credit, and the owner, Steve Cohen, they're not standing for it. They're saying they're going to tell the Mets, knock it off. What are you doing? What are you doing? Steve Cohen having a little fun with it, too, saying that he's yearning for the moments when they wore black uniforms as the biggest controversy. Can't laugh it off, Stephen A. Cohen, too. Back pages already have Mets to fans drop dead.
Whew. That's a little extreme.
That is aggressive.
I mean, come on.
But this is the reaction you're going to get in New York City. Come on. And that's a phrase, drop dead, is from the 70s when Gerald Ford, the president at the time, in the midst of an economic disaster of our country, cut off aid to New York City or whatever the story is. And it's like, hey, well, the headline was Ford to New York, drop dead. That was the headline. That's the phrase that New Yorkers use. This is what they talk about. This is what you're playing into when you're going thumbs down. Are you lost your sense of the way it works? Unless you tell me, you could call 844-204-RICH, number to dial, and say it's bad. Don't boo. You're not a real fan if you boo the team. You should not boo the team that you love.
Yeah, I put that up as a poll just now.
Do it. Go for it. At Rich Eisen Show.
Do you ever boo your favorite team when they're underperforming? Absolutely or never.
Is it right? You could tell me. I'm off base. Fans are not your friends. They're your paying customers, and they are rooting for the team that's right across the chest.
Also, Rich, that famous Gerald Ford quote. So on October 29th, 1975, President Ford denies the near-bankrupt New York City a federal bailout. And the next day in the Daily News, infamous headline, drop dead.
Yeah.
Ford to City.
Ford to City, drop dead the next
remember
day.
that.
1975.
Yep.
So that's New York going thumbs down on the president. I mean, it's just, I can't, I could not believe it when I saw that yesterday. It's clearly, and part of it, too, I'm telling you. Yankees get a Cub, they go on a 13-game win streak. Mets get a Cub, thumbs down on the fans. And getting Lindor with a 10-year contract in on it. Oh, boy. So you know what we need to do? Here's what you got to do, Mets fans. Go get Mr. Met, put him out there, and show him the finger.
That's right. He's done it before.
So Mr. Met's given a middle finger to a fan, and the players have given the thumbs down to fans. Good news, Mets fans. There's only 3 other fingers left. There's only 3 other fingers.
Not the index
And this one would be good. The index finger would be good. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.